Hello. I don't know if anybody is here yet, but we are going to be making dinner. So I'm going to do a homemade pizza. I'm making two pizzas. One is veggie and one is barbecue chicken. So if you're here, welcome in. I am going to get started here in just 1 second. Just going to see if anybody wants to join and we'll get going. So I'll be right back. All right, so I'm just gonna get started, and I will post a short of this just in case anybody needs the recipe or any kind of, tips or whatever. All right, so I'm gonna start off with some warm water. I'm gonna add in 2 cups. I'm going to be making a decent amount of dough, so that's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon of sugar. The pizza dough that I make is very easy to make. So we're just gonna go with that. That's 1 tablespoon, okay? And make sure that your water is lukewarm, more towards the warmer side, but you don't want it hot because you don't want to kill your yeast. I also like to use the instant yeast. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna use about 1.5 teaspoons, almost 2 teaspoons. I do use a little bit extra yeast because we're at higher elevation here. And then I'm just going to give this a good mix. So I've already just seared up some chicken. Those are chicken tenderloins. And that's what I'm going to be using for one of the pizzas. All right, so I'm just going to pour this into my bowl. I do have my oven preheating, but I have it on broil. It's on high just because I want it to be super, super hot. But right before I put the pizzas in, I'm going to bring it down to 420 degrees. So I got the water and the yeast in and the sugar. And now we're going to add a little bit of oil. I'm not using olive oil today just because it can be a little bit bitter, and so the kids prefer this oil. So it's about 3 tablespoons of oil. And so whenever you're making pizza dough or any kind of dough, once you get used to the feeling of dough, you're going to know how much flour you're going to need, okay? So, but this one is actually super easy because we're going to be making a pretty wet dough. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So this is our concoction here, and we're just going to slowly start adding in our flour. And another tip is don't add your salt until after you add in some flour, and then sprinkle the salt over your flour. Okay, so I've got that in. I'm just going to add my salt. Did I not bring it up? I could have sworn I put salt out here. Okay. And just make sure you do salt your dough. You don't want your dough to be bland. Okay, so I'm gonna just start slowly mixing this. I'll just see if I... Yeah, okay. What am I doing? Okay. So I'm just going to slowly start mixing this and making a paste, okay? I'm just gonna go at it. This is how I make my pizza dough. And the cool thing about pizza dough is that you don't have to let it proof the way you do bread. So it proofs a lot quicker. You just have to let it sit for maybe 5 minutes, where, you know, bread, you might have to like let it sit for an hour. So, all right, so this is kind of like the stage we're at right now. I'm gonna add in a bit more flour just until it comes together. And to your dough, you can add garlic, you can add some Italian seasoning, whatever you want. Sometimes I do add some garlic powder. And I would use the powder instead of, like, you know, fresh garlic. unless you want to make like breadsticks or flatbread. All right, so oops. So it's slowly coming together. And like I said, you're gonna want a nice soft dough, and you don't need a stand mixer for this or anything like that. So as you can see, it's coming together. All right, and I'm gonna add a bit more. And I always tell people, whenever you're making your dough, hey, how are you? We're making pizza. Hi, Britt. Hi, Ashley. We're making pizza, you guys. Just some dough right now. This is like my super easy pizza dough. So we're going to be making a barbecue chicken pizza with cheddar, and we're also going to be making a vegetarian pizza. No, see, Britt, this one is actually very, very easy to do. You know, so basically you can just leave it like a wet dough and then just slowly just add a little bit of flour to it and then bring it together. You don't have to knead it too much. Fancy pants. How are you guys doing? It's good to have you. The kids just went off to their sports, so I get a little bit of time to do this, which I love. Oh, and you guys, so for the barbecue chicken pizza, since I'm making this, you know, for the kids, I'm not going to add jalapenos, but it's really, really good with jalapeno. Hi! Hi, Chris. I really enjoyed your live. Like, that was so cute. And Chris, that dough, I don't know if she can hear me, but that dough looks really good. That looks like a good quality, like, I think you bought it, right? Because I remember I saw it in a bag. That looks like a great quality dough. Because I promise, like, they're not all created equal. So now I'm just going to flour my surface, you guys. Okay. And there are different kinds of pizza doughs that you can make. So if you want like a crispy one, or if you want it to be like the Chicago style one, you know, it just kind of depends on your preference. This one is kind of going to be more so like a hand tossed. And so because it's so soft, that's how I do my barbecue chicken pizzas with, yes, absolutely. It's really good with pickled jalapenos and red onion. And so as you guys can see, like, this is a very soft dough. So it's not going to be a nightmare to knead. So you're just going to be able to give it a good knead and without really struggling. And basically that's how you'll know if you're doing your bread or any doughs right. You should not be struggling with your dough. Like, you should not be fighting the dough. You know what I'm saying? So. And this one is looking good. And the more you knead it, the more gluten it develops. And this isn't going to take long, you guys. This is like the easiest one to do. You can also do the Italian style that's like really crispy. That's an even thinner dough. But I do like to give it a few bangs. I like to give it a couple of smacks. And as you can see, it's not sticking to anything, but it's soft. All right. So while that's happening, and I think Chris was actually asking about this the other day, and I wanted to yell through the screen, but I was on the replay crew, about how to stretch your dough. So I just had a little bit of flour left over, you guys. So I'm just covering it in this. But so this is our dough. Yeah, exactly. What's your favorite kind of pizza, you guys? Like, what's your jam? All right, so I'm gonna leave this here because just in case I might need some of this flour. Okay, perfect. And so, I don't know if y'all heard me say this, but so I just seasoned some chicken tenderloins with like a barbecue seasoning. It's like a smoky barbecue seasoning and just some salt and pepper. And I gave these like a quick grill, in the Foreman. And then I just cut them up. And then, I have cheddar cheese here. I have low moisture mozzarella here. Now if you're making like a margarita pizza with fresh mozzarella, what I like to do is take the mozzarella balls and put them in a like a towel and drain out some of that wetness. So then it doesn't like, release all its juices. Hi, Summer. Hi. How are you guys? And you guys, tomorrow, I already have tomorrow's planned too. I'm making some Philly cheesesteaks with homemade bread. So, with homemade bun, subs. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, so I am going to grab my pan. And this is well loved, so don't judge my pan because I'm not getting rid of it, okay? So, there we go. So I have this, and I will spray a little bit of ham on this. And then I'm going to take some semolina. So if you have a paddle and you like to just, throw it in, it's always good to put a little bit of semolina and then put your dough over it. It'll give it a good slide. What is that? Oh, let me see. Let me see what you're saying. I love a white pie with fresh basil. Ooh, that sounds delicious, especially pineapple with barbecue and chicken. Ooh, that's delicious. Oh, Britt, like you should see some of my very well loved pans, let me tell you. So sometimes like I'll make like some baked goods for my mom to take with her to work, like for events and stuff. And I'm like, don't you forget the pan. Like you gotta bring me back my pan. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take about half of this dough, okay? And then we're slowly going to start stretching it. And I like to just kind of pound it with my fingers like this. And then this is the part that Chris was asking about. So around the edges, you just start pulling it, okay? And then when it comes down to your wrists, that's when you start pulling it this way. Okay. And then once you get it on your pan, you can go even further. Just give it a little shake. And I'm not going to make this the size of the pan just because I'm making 2 pizzas. Because I'll usually make it like as big as this pan if I'm just making 1 pizza. And some of these veggies that are left over, these are going to be saved for tomorrow's Philly cheesesteaks. Yeah, that's true. With the, like, if you just go like this, like if you just kind of give it a little, like drape it over your knuckles, absolutely. And I am kind of a thin crust girly, I guess you could say. So I do like a thin crust, unless it's a stuffed crust pizza. Then give me all the crust that you have, baby. Just all of it. And all the cheese, too. All right. And you guys, I don't know if y'all like some butternut squash, but so one, I did post like a super easy butternut squash recipe in the community, but I want to make the super fancy butternut squash soup with you guys on live. So just in case anybody wants to use it for like, Thanksgiving, because I will be doing the Thanksgiving live too. And this week we'll also be making the pan de muertos for Dia de los Muertos. All right. So that's one. And you guys, I do use just like a thin crust fillet, yes. I do this, I like this sauce. I don't always have time to make my own sauce, nor do I have enough tomatoes to do that. We use up tomatoes very quickly in this house. So, and we make so much pizza, so I'm always restocking the pizza sauce. And I'm also kind of a light sauce girly. So we've got this. You guys, yesterday I made some homemade tortillas. And, but we're also going to, so I'm going to make those sometime again before Dia de los Muertos. Because I want to make some empanadas. Just in case anybody wants to use those for like their Halloween party or something, because I'm going to be having a little Halloween get together. Ooh, grilled pizza. Grilled pizza's good. I haven't tried it, but I haven't made it, I should say, but I have tried it. Delicious. So, you know what? I think we're going to make we'll make this one first. Okay, so now I'm just going to put our sharp cheddar cheese right on here. And I'm not going to mix the barbecue sauce with the chicken, right? I mean, with the sauce. I'm going to have the barbecue sauce on the chicken itself. All right. But yeah, so since the kids are going to be having some of this one, I'm not going to make it spicy, you know? Oh, you guys, look at my little freaking bowls. Do you like my bowls? I hope you like my bowls. I like my bowls. All right, so I've got that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, so I'm not going to need all that chicken. So I'm going to take some of this chicken. And I'm going to add a little barbecue sauce to it. It is, yeah, they're candy corn bowls. You guys, you should see my whole setup for my Halloween stuff. For my like little dinner party. I still have some stuff from last year. I did DIY a couple of things too. All right, so I'm just putting some barbecue sauce on this. Barbecue glaze on the chicken. Interesting. This is, I just put little, wait, hold on. Let me just make sure I'm not interested. I'm just putting the barbecue sauce on the chicken itself. You can also do this with leftover pulled, like shredded chicken, barbecue shredded chicken. I do make that a lot too. But my kids are like obsessed with barbecue sauce. And what is the other one? Chick-fil-A sauce. So sometimes I'll do like the shredded chicken sliders, but instead of using barbecue sauce, sometimes I'll use, what is it? Chick-fil-A sauce, because they really like it. All right. Just gonna add. Oh, you guys, these are these little platters here too. I'll have to show you. I think we could use a little more chicken. La-di-dad. All right. You guys, I also like really wanted to make some bundt today, like a bundt cake. I'm like, do I do it? I don't know. I don't know. All right. Sweet. Okay. So we've got our chicken on there. And then the leftover chicken, obviously I'll be using that for something else. Okay, I'm still leaving that flour there because just in case I need it. Okay, so we've got this, and now we are going to take, I just have some red onions. I have these a little bit, I have them chopped finely, not finely, kind of roughly chopped. Yes, absolutely. I do that, so I'll buy like a whole chicken and I'll bake it, and then I'll usually leave the breast for like chicken salad or the pulled barbecue chicken sliders, or a pizza like this. But we had some chicken breast or tenderloins in the fridge that I needed to use up today, or before putting it in the freezer, you know what I'm saying? But so I cut these up a little bit smaller than the ones that I'm going to use for the veggie pizza, just because the kids are going to have these. You know how it is. So I'm just going to put some of this on here. All right. And then obviously, if you like your things spicy, just go ahead and throw some jalapenos on there, because that just, you know, pulls it all together. So here's one pizza that we have. I'm just going to set this aside before I'm going to put them both in the oven together. And you guys, for the Halloween party, I am going to be making like a specialty cake. So it's going to be a blackberry chocolate cake that I'm really looking forward to. So, oh, it's so easy. I promise. You have everything. Do you still have some of the dough? Wait, do I want to make calzones? You guys, you had me craving calzones the other day. Maybe. Yikes. You know what? I just may. And you guys, if your pizza gets if your dough feels a little bit sticky when it's, if it's gets a little bit sticky, don't add more flour to it. Just use whatever you have left over, or just spray your hands with some Pam, or just get some olive oil, rub it on your hands. Just please don't add more flour to anything. You already know. If you do, that's it. You're done for. You know what? Looks like it's going to be a pizza. But yeah, so I did post a menu for Halloween. I will be dressed up for Halloween for the live. Kind of excited, you guys. Not gonna lie. I do kind of like to dress up for stuff, so. I'm kind of excited to see like what my nephews and my niece are gonna dress up as. My niece has not told me what she's going to be. Still don't know. But my little nephews, oh my God, I can't. I'm sure they're gonna be something adorable. All right, so I'm just going to make this into a square shaped pizza. See how we were able to pull it? Well, you know what? It was supposed to be a family theme, and then everybody kind of ditched me. But, so I'm going to be Catwoman. My husband was supposed to be Batman, but he never dresses up. And then my son decided he was going to be SWAT. So I thought maybe he would want to dress up as Batman. He said no. And I thought little dude was going to be Robin, but he ditched me. They all ditched me. But it's still going to be called Gotham Noir. And I'm still going to be dressed up as Catwoman. They sure did. Because I did not get that costume for nothing, okay? And I still haven't DIY'd my boots. I have some boots that I have to color, but that'll be quick. See? Okay, so we've got our dough. I am. That's right, Britt. That's right. All right, so we're going to put in our sauce. You guys, I was, I think I told you this already. I was a zombie housewife last year. I have this cute picture with my little dude. And He was like so horrified. He's like looking at me all sideways. But that was like probably one of my favorite ones that I did. The zombie housewife. It was cool. I liked it. I looked pretty gross, but it was cool. What else did I do? I like to do like an insane clown every now and then. Oh, I was like a dead like sheriff one time with like the skull face and everything. That was fun. Really liked that. That was a vibe. I had like I had the whole like sheriff get up, but it was kind of like Victorian in a way, like with the top and everything. So it was fun. Are you guys dressing up for Halloween? What do you guys do? Britt, do you guys celebrate on the same day? So we've got our mozzarella. You guys, I have to show you this plate too. Let me move the chicken. You're gonna have to just excuse the fact that there's like chicken left over on it. But, so I've got this one. It's a little tombstone. All right. So we're going to put our cheese on here. Oh, Britt, you have to whatever creative G and like DIY, you know, like look up a tutorial. Like, what would you want to be? How about that? Like, tell me that. I don't know, like when I see like your PFP and stuff, I feel like you come across as like just like I know that that's like an AI like generated thing or a picture that you picked or whatever, but that tells me like you're a creative person. We do October 31st, but oh. Hmm. I see. Okay, okay. Interesting. I don't know. It would be so cool to just like have a Halloween themed birthday party. So I didn't put any semolina on the bottom of this because this is slightly, it's not going to be as sticky. All right, so I don't know what y'all like on your veggie pizzas, but I like mushrooms, green peppers, onions, and black olives. And because this is going to be cooking at like such a like a high temperature, essentially, I don't have to cook these ahead of time. So I'm not worried about it releasing like too much water from the veg, you know. All right, so now the green peppers. And green peppers just hit different on pizza. Like if you make it with red or whatever, I feel like it's a little too sweet. They get a little overshadowed with the sauce. So if you do green, in my humble opinion, I feel like you can taste it way better. We do October 3rd. Okay. Oh man, you have to dress up, Britt. You must. Do you guys give out candy? I like to dress up even when I'm just like at home giving out candy. Yeah, that's true, Britt. The other one does get way soft. That's true. I didn't even think about that. And then I'm going to do whole black olives on here. You guys, like there are these olives, right, that I tried from when I was in Florida. We don't have an Aldi's here, but you guys have it out there. I think Ash, yeah. There's these grilled green olives, but they don't taste like a green olive. They just, I don't even know. They taste like a pretty mild green olive, and they're grilled. They are so delicious. Like I had never seen them here before. So my sister went to Trader Joe's the other day, and I was like, hey, look this up for me, because I kind of want it to be part of my like cheese plate. So she found me some grilled green olives. So I'm super psyched for that, y'all. All right. So after I put everything on my pizza, yeah, we don't have a single one. I like to top it off with Parmesan because the bottom was only mozzarella, and then I'm going to put some Parmesan on there. So let me just grab it real quick. So if you guys are olive people, you should definitely give the grilled green olives a try. They're so good. I never like even thought of a grilled green olive. Like what? All right, sweet. So we've got some on this one. I'm gonna throw some on this one. So like I said, I like to start my oven off on, like to preheat on broil. So it's like super hot. Oh, okay. Nice, okay. So I put it at on broil, and then I'm gonna bring it down to 420. So I'm just gonna put these in. I like olives, but only finely diced. Oh, okay. I love olives. Love it. All right. So we're going to, I'm gonna put these in here. You know what? I might have to, for some reason, the spouse was craving steak, like, or meat or some kind of beef. And I'm kind of one of those people, if somebody's craving something, I kind of have a hard time pretending like, oh, we can wait. You know what I mean? I don't really like to wait if I have everything that I need to satisfy the craving. So what I think I'm gonna do is cut up some steak and do a quick sandwich for him to have for when he gets back. But I have, so it's gonna be a wrap because I made the tortillas yesterday. Y'all excuse me for just 1 second so that I can just get this situation here situated so that we don't have a mess looking at us. Leave this here because I needs it. All right. But so yeah, I'm just gonna do one of the pieces of meat real quick and give it him, make him that with what he wants. And you guys, sometimes I will reuse these. Look, do you see how it says bleach? It used to say bleach. I put bleach and water in this because I need bleach for stuff. So, because I buy like the big old jug. And those are the only spray bottles that you can reuse. I've bought spray bottles before and they just go bad. So that one has a nice nozzle on it, so a nice sprayer. Because I do use my countertops a lot for like my bread, my kneading, so I need to spray them. All right. Just give this a quick wipe, even though I'm not going to be using it. All right. Okay, I'm going to get some steak. Skirt steak sandwiches from time to time. Yeah, delicious. Delicious. All right. You guys, the thing is that like steak has been, like beef has been so expensive lately. It's been almost like unaffordable. It's dragging us. Aww. You know, Chris, I remember like when my mom was doing her radiation, like I remember feeling like, oh my God, like this is like the treatment, like everything, it's like it's almost over, you know? Because it was just so crazy. Like the chemo time was insane. And then it's like once like you're like, okay, it's time for radiation, it feels like it's like towards the end of treatment. So it's like a little less, I don't even know what the word is. Like I know they're still going through it, but I don't know, the people around. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that was the feeling I got. So I'm so just, I don't know, like it's nice to know he's going through the radiation right now. Because they're like not as sick and stuff. All right, so I'm gonna. Because like, you know, during like whenever they are on the chemo, it's like they can't eat anything. Like everything tastes gross. It's just a lot. Yeah. Yeah, that is how it feels. It's just like, especially like during the chemo time, it's just such a freaking nightmare, dude. Oh my God. Because my mom came to stay with me during hers, and she was actually working full time. She was, well, basically full time. She would do from home, and but she would have to go in some days to work to keep her insurance, which was just unbelievable. I need to sharpen this knife. What is happening? But yeah, so I'm just cutting up this steak really quick, and just gonna do a quick little wrap with cheese for him. I think I have Swiss cheese, so, and tomorrow's grocery day, so I'm basically using most of what I have, but he just, he grabbed this. I know. It's ridiculous. It was bad. Especially like the days after. Oh my God. And she had notes and stuff because like my mom works in the medical field. So she'd have like notes and things. So it's like it was just never ending work. That's why, you guys, it is October. Get your blue bloods checked. All right. Let's see where we're at with the, ooh. The boobies. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We got to get them checked and situated. I have to do mine every 6 months. So that's fun. God damn it. I'm not complaining. I'm grateful. It's just a lot, you know. But yeah, you know, for the remainder of the month, if I know that Saban was wanting to do something for this, so if anybody if anyone is interested, or if you guys know of anybody that's interested in having some like information about the treatment or whatever, and just like some hacks and stuff like that that I had to figure out while I was taking care of my mom, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to do like a live or a short or something. And yeah, and it's mostly like, you know, so wigs and things like that, like styling of the wigs, like the shirts, like how to DIY the shirts for the treatment, because they're so expensive. So okay. Yeah, I have to do mine. I have to get MRI, and then I have to get a mammo like every 6 months, like alternating. I'm just gonna wait for that to heat up. But yeah, I'd be more than happy to do it. Some like, you know, all of that. Because I know I was looking for stuff like that, like when my mom was going through it. So if anybody needs anything like that, like, I'm down. Let me just flip these. You don't have yours scheduled? Oh my, you need to, girl. All right, just gonna toss these in. Yeah, so I'm just gonna make him like a cheesy wrap. Do I want the whole thing? Yeah, whatever. I have a bunch of syrups, but I forgot to buy, yeah. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I forgot to buy some oat milk. I've become like super sensitive to lactose, so I can't even make my little drinks. But because I have like pistachio and brown sugar, cinnamon, and vanilla bean, and I have like, I don't even know how many other ones. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. I'll show you guys the pizzas here when they're done. We're going to give this a quick seasoning. It's like an impromptu portion. Some onion powder, some red onion there. And then I'm going to do some of this prime rib. And I'm not going to add salt to it because that one has salt, and we're adding the cheese and everything. So all of this should be ready by the time they get here, like, so. Whoa, I almost knocked it over. I do love steak. Oh, I think I got some grease. Yeah, it's going to shrink down. I have another one of these. I want to get like a whole tea set, like a Halloween tea set, because I have like these really cute like cups, not cups, plates, but I don't have the cups to go with it. Let me show y'all. So these are like some of the serving platters. I don't know if y'all can see it. So like this is like where I'm going to put like, I have two of these, so I'm going to put like the empanadas and stuff. Last year I think I did like mozzarella balls in this one with like, you know, balsamic and everything. And then I have these like as like dessert plates. I don't know if y'all can see it. These are cute. I really, really like these. Alright, so I can smell the barbecue pizza, so that should be done. We'll take that out. Alright, so this is our barbecue pizza. So if you want a crunchy crust, leave it like this. If you want it to be soft, put some butter around the edges. So that's what I'm going to do, because by the time they get here, I don't want it to get hard. And I'll cut this up here in just 1 second. So this is good to go. I'm going to add this back in. And then I'm just going to throw the cheese right over it. And this one will be ready to go. Alright. So, let me get the pizza. Where did I put it? Okay. We got a piece of cheese that got stuck right there. And right here. Oh, I'm going to leave it just a little bit longer. Forgot that I turned this down a bit. Alright. So this is done. I'm just going to grab the tortillas that I made. And then, like I said, tomorrow we're going to do the sub bread. Alright, just move this just a bit. And you guys, don't think I'm lying. I just put them right back inside of another tortilla bag because it was the perfect size, okay? And I'm out of my bread bags. So don't think I'm lying to y'all. Well, I'll show you because you guys know what regular tortillas look like, right? When you buy them at the store. So this is my bag. And you guys, you can find this bag in my haul when I did the grocery haul. So I just reused the bag. But you can see it's in foil. You see how they didn't fit in there? Okay, let me show y'all. Oh, see that one's that you wouldn't find a bent one like this, right? See how these ones, some of them are darker because my husband does like ones that have a little bit of a char, while the rest are not, right? So I did a couple of them that have a little char. I think this one, yeah. See, like where it like blisters and then you know. Anyway, so these are the tortillas I made yesterday. But you make, you use the same dough to make empanadas. It's absolutely delicious. You know, we're just gonna have to get rid of this one. All right, so I'll see how many I can make out of this. Let me get him a bigger one. He was just like, I really need some beef. And I was like, okay. All right. So for this one, what do I want to do? Let me get some mayo. Because I'm making it like a Philly cheesesteak, but I'm just going to put it in here. It's just a small one. And I will add cheese. We don't need like a lot of mayo. And obviously you can add lettuce, but like I said, tomorrow is grocery day. So I need to get some lettuce. Let me grab the cheese. Yeah, I love like a char too, especially like with naan. I would have already shredded some of this, but I did not, do I wanna, yeah. I wasn't planning on making this today, so it's just sitting here waiting. So we're just gonna put some Swiss. Peppers. Hot. Oh my God. Super hot, y'all. So I think that this will at least just like, you know, satisfy that craving, you know what I mean? Just a little burrito situation. So here we have it. Yes, absolutely, with the naan. All right, so here's one. You know what? I'll make the rest of them just in case he wants more than one, okay? Maybe he can just take it with him to work tomorrow. For a little snacky snack. Oops, I forgot to put the mayo. But yeah, so that was just kind of a last minute thing. You guys, I don't know if y'all have tried this. I love this mayo. Okay, like it has lime. Aw, Brit. And I did leave the steak a little bit rare. That way it doesn't get all dried up. I mean, I could eat steak while, you know, it's still mooing, but it's not for everybody. But, you know, because these ones, you can put them in a little panini press, okay? And you'll be all set. Okay, let me see here. All right, yeah. Our pizzas done. Let me get that out. Let me put these bad boys on here because why not? I'll move this here because we're still using it. Okay, let me get the pizza out. Sweet. Okay, let me put some more butter on it. Just on the crust to give it a little bit of a softness. Okay. Okay, cool. Where's... You guys, what is happening to me? Have to grab the other offset spatula. All right, sweet. And then let's give this a little slice action. Did I move it? Did we already use it? It's fine. And this is a good one to have with a little bit of ranch. Hi, Lilith. Hi, how are you? So here we have it, you guys. Okay, I'm just gonna give it a little chop. This is our barbecue chicken pizza. About to take out the other one too because the other one's ready. This has like a little bit of a crunch to it, just like on the edges, you know. Now you can take some ranch and add a little bit of cayenne, some Parmesan and garlic, and you're set. Okay, so. You have it? I'm doing well, thank you so much, Lilith. I hope you are too. It's so good to see you. So this is our barbecue one. So this one's ready to go. I might just put it right back on there for them to just come and grab right when they get here. So that's what I'll do sometimes. I just wanted to chop it on here with y'all. So it's ready to go. And this one is one of those pizzas that is really delicious the day after too. So, and then we're going to take out the other one here momentarily. But yeah, so for the little sandwich breads that I made, or the little like steak cheese wraps, those ones would be great in a panini press. All right, take this bad boy over there. Give that one a little bit of taste. So let me, oh Lilith, I made some homemade tortillas, and with the same dough I made empanadas. So we might have to do, and we are doing the pan de muertos this week. Oh, again with the mayo. Pan de muertos this week, because I do want some, and I think we might even do tamales, but I'll do like a chicken tamales, just in case anybody wants something like for a Dia de los Muertos gathering, you know. So just thought that would be kind of cool. This thing is still like so hot. All right, some Swiss cheese. Like I said, if there's any left over, he'll just take it with him tomorrow to work or whatever. Now, if I had lettuce and tomato, I would have added those immediately, like, to this. Oh, for sure. For sure. You know what? I've had, like, some bad luck with tamales in regards to using the corn husk. So I have made them in the past using, what is it? Using parchment. And that worked out really, really well. So I might do that unless I can find, you would think, right? Since it's Dia de los Muertos is coming up, maybe I'll find some good husk. All right, I'm about to take out this pizza because my soul tells me it's ready. You guys, I don't put a timer like on anything. Never have. I just smell it. I think that's it. That's what's up. This one's a big one. All right. This one we almost lost a bit. All right. Oh, heck no. All right. I'm going to take out the other pizza and we should be good to go. Pack this and this. Where did I put it? Because I'm losing my mind. It's gone. I don't have a mind anymore. Who am I? Oh, there it is. Crisis averted. Whew. Got the veggie pizza. It's just the cheese bubbled over on the sides a bit. It's all good. This is another one of the pans that I will never get rid of. All right, sweet. We got a little extra cheesy with it, that's why. Just making sure. Don't want it to stick. Okay. Sweet. So you guys, like in Algeria, like where I'm from, right? The pizza's not round. They serve it in like a rectangular shape. And it has a little bit less cheese. It's almost like a, how would you describe it? It's like a, no, it's kind of, it's more like this with a little less cheese. And sometimes you'll find like, you know, anchovies or whatever on it. So I'm going to cut this the way we do in Algeria. And then I'm going to let it sit for a minute here. All right. There is another dish. It's a Mediterranean and Algerian kind of dish that where we use olives. It's green olives. Oh yeah. Croutons. I love a crouton. Chicken tamales or cheese? Yes. Wax paper. Oh, so I thought about using wax paper, but I thought maybe the wax wouldn't really like allow for the steam to go in. But I wasn't sure because I've never used wax paper for it. I'll have to look into that. Let me show y'all. So here is a slice of our veggie pizza. Whew, it's hot. So yeah. And again, this is another one that's like super good when it's like leftover, like just stack it up and you're good to go. But yeah. So that is our dinner tonight, y'all. We have the barbecue chicken pizza. Let me grab it, put it over here. So we've got the barbecue chicken pizza. Again, you can add jalapenos to this. Hey, Chava, it's good to see you. So, and it has red onions and chicken, and it's a slightly thinner crust. Okay, so we've got this one. And then our veggie pizza has olives, mushrooms, black olives, and peppers. And then we also did a couple of wraps we had some leftover mushroom and green olives and onion. So I made these little wraps with some homemade tortillas, and I've seen wax used with, I think it's banana leaf. Oh yeah, absolutely banana leaves. Those are kind of hard for me to come by, but I'll see what I can do. If I don't find some good tamale, some good husks, some good corn husks. So these ones have pepper, steak, and mushroom, and onion, and Swiss cheese. And I just put them in these homemade tortillas that I made. And yeah, we'll just do it like a panini because I don't know, the hubs was craving some meat, so just figured we would do that. But that is everything that we've made today. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for spending your time with me. I love cooking with you guys, and hopefully y'all will come back for some other lives. Before Halloween, during Halloween, yeah, I'll be doing some lives. So I think I'm just slowly now figuring out the schedule with the babies. Yeah. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. I love y'all. You have a good night, and I will see you very soon.